Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to NoDQ&A video right here on NoDQ.com, as well as the YouTube channel and NoDQ&A videos affiliate, ringsidenews.com. We are coming off Monday Night Raw from the UK in Manchester. Got your questions from twitter.com/AaronRift regarding Survivor Series and other topics. Let's get started with the first one today from Matt. Just watched SmackDown. Do you think that Titus O'Neil and Kalisto will get singles pushes after they finish with tag teams? I will be discussing Raw, so if you've not seen Raw yet, close this video now and watch it later. As far as Kalisto and Titus O'Neil go, they got into the WWE Title tournament, but I think that that's as far as they are going to go as far as singles pushes, at least for the time being. Now, maybe down the line, Titus O'Neil might get a singles push. I could see that happening since he is such a good spokesperson for WWE. I think WWE is happy with his media appearances and all the things that he's done from a media perspective. I could see Titus getting a push down the line as a single star. Kalisto, probably not. I think he's best off being in a tag team with Sin Cara as the Lucha Dragons. That's as far as I see him going. I think that if he was a single star, he would be losing to Alberto Del Rio every week, and that would be the extent of his push, if you want to call it a push. Got this question here from Eric Cruz. Does WWE seriously consider those names their top 16 contenders for the World Heavyweight Championship? Kalisto, Tyler Breeze, Stardust? I was a little bit disappointed with the brackets, but it's understandable because you have to have some guys do the job. One would think that if you're doing a WWE title tournament, you would make it a little bit more prestigious and have only the top tier names. But at the same time, you got to have your top stars look good, and I think that it's okay to do this. I'm not really that bothered by it that a bunch of random guys are in it. Although, to me, having Kalisto in it and having Stardust, I mean, it is very random. I think I would have preferred maybe if WWE had done a 32-person tournament or done qualifying matches, and they could say that everybody on the roster gets an opportunity to become WWE champion, something like that. But clearly, they have very little time. They only have 2 weeks until Survivor Series. And I've always been a fan of the one-night tournaments because I think it's all that more impressive when the winner has to wrestle 3 matches in one night. So there are other ways I would have done it, but what they've done on such short notice, it's totally understandable. I get it, and I'm not really that offended by it. Alright, this one comes from Bradley Cheney. Unless there's a twist, it's pretty obvious who's going to win the title. Roman Reigns would be happy for Ambrose or Cesaro won it. You would be happy if Ambrose or Cesaro won it. I think it's pretty safe to say it's going to be Roman Reigns versus either Dean Ambrose or Kevin Owens. Reigns and Ambrose makes the most sense if there's going to be a heel turn. I think if WWE is hell-bent on keeping Dean Ambrose a babyface, then maybe it's best to do Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens. Either way, I think that it's going to be down to one of those 2 matches. Cesaro would be nice, but I would be beyond shocked if Cesaro beat Roman Reigns. I would be very surprised. Very, very surprised if that happened. So, to the people out there that are in the Cesaro section, I would not get my hopes up. But anything's possible. I will say never. I would just say highly unlikely that Cesaro even makes it to the finals. Let's not even talk about him winning the WWE title. Just getting to the finals would be a major shocker. Alright, this one comes from Peter Gomez. Do you see a screwjob finish like the 1998 Survivor Series with Reigns joining the Authority like his cousin The Rock did? Please answer in video. Real quick, The Rock and Roman Reigns are not actually technically related, but in WWE history, they're cousins, so whatever makes for a better story. As far as a possible screwjob, I could see that happening. Another, not a Montreal screwjob, but Survivor Series screwjob in Montreal style. that is certainly a possibility with either Roman Reigns or Dean Ambrose turning heel and becoming the Authority's new champion. I could see that playing out. Then again, I could see Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens, as I mentioned earlier, and Roman Reigns just wins the title, and that's that. I could see that happening as well. And I got this question here from Jin Key. Hey Aaron, do you think turning Dean Ambrose heel is a mistake? I think fans would cheer for Ambrose over Reigns. I think of the two of them, Dean Ambrose would be better suited as a heel. I think that he would take the ball and run with it, and I think he would be a tremendous heel, and I think it's been long overdue. With Roman Reigns, I think that perhaps Reigns would become really good on the mic, and he would be able to vent his frustrations, and he could turn things around. I just don't see it right now. I don't know if Roman Reigns has it in him promo-wise to be an effective heel, but if he was given the opportunity, I mean, who knew what The Rock was going to end up becoming? When The Rock was Rocky Maivia, I never thought he was going to turn heel and become this amazing promo and the most electrifying man in sports entertainment. So you never know unless you give guys the opportunity to do something different and to really explore their creative side with their character. It could work. A Roman Reigns heel turn could very well work, but I would be surprised if it happened because WWE is trying to build up a new top babyface to replace John Cena, and I think they're going to continue to try and make Roman Reigns that guy. I think it makes more logical sense at this point to go with Dean Ambrose as a heel and see how he goes as a heel character up against Roman Reigns as the babyface. Now, yeah, there are going to be some cities that will boo Roman Reigns and cheer Dean Ambrose, but I think if WWE is careful with Roman Reigns and they don't have him cutting annoying promos, they just let him go out there and do his thing as a badass, then maybe it could work. And, there's always going to be the cities where people boo Roman Reigns, just like in the UK. It's going to happen, but maybe it won't be too severe to the point where WWE feels they have to change their plans mid-storyline because Roman isn't over as a top babyface like they want him to be. Alright, this one comes from David Class. The Boogeyman has signed a Legends contract, so could he be part of Wyatt versus Taker at Survivor Series? Who else would make Undertaker's team? Well, coming off Raw this week, Undertaker and Kane appeared by themselves as a team, and I think that is going to be the match at Survivor Series. It doesn't look like WWE is going to add more people to that match. It's just going to be Undertaker and Kane, the Brothers of Destruction, against the Wyatt family. This would be a great opportunity to introduce a new character, maybe bring in Finn Balor to the main roster, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Boogeyman being there, to me that would be a mistake. I don't think it's necessary to add the Boogeyman to Survivor Series. And let's face it, if WWE added a third and fourth person, those people would most likely be jobbing out in the match. Somebody has to put over the Wyatt family, but if you just do 2 against 4, you don't even have to do an elimination match. You can just do a straight-up tag team match and just one person takes the fall. So I could see that happening. Boogeyman, not interested in seeing him being part of that match. And that's just my opinion on it. Yeah, he could be one of the fall guys. He could take a fall, but I don't know. To me, it doesn't feel right for Survivor Series. If you're going to have a tag team 4-on-4 match, then you should have an all-star team. I think you should have Undertaker and Kane and Finn Balor and Sting if he was able to do it. You would have an all-star babyface tag team and really push the Wyatt family strong, which they haven't really done besides pushing Braun Strowman. In an ideal situation, I would have built the hell out of the Wyatt family, made them monster heels, all 4 of them, and then had an all-star babyface team to go up against them. But WWE hasn't done that, so I think Undertaker and Kane by themselves is enough of a challenge, and it gives the Wyatt family enough of a chance to where you think maybe these 4 guys can beat the 2 guys, the 2 Brothers of Destruction. Just seems to make more sense logically. Alright, this one comes from Rock Fanatic. With Tatanka signing a WWE Legends deal, will this have increased his chances for a future Hall of Fame spot? Probably. I said it before. I'll say it again. It applies to every single Hall of Fame question I get. If Koko B. Ware can get into the Hall of Fame, anybody can get in. Tatanka, should he go in the WWE Hall of Fame if it's the most elite of the elite? No. Tatanka was at best an upper mid-carder in WWE. He did have a run where he was undefeated for, I believe it was about a year and a half. So, that was fairly impressive. But after that, he went to Ted DiBiase's corporation, and I liked that storyline with Lex Luger. But Tatanka was never really a top-tier guy in WWE, and he only had about a 3-4 year run with the company, and then he had that brief comeback in 2006. He was a fairly memorable character, but once again, not one of the most memorable. So to me, I would not put him in the Hall of Fame, but I could see it happening. It's definitely a possibility. Alright, this one comes from Cody with an X. Will Raven ever be considered for the WWE Hall of Fame? In my opinion, he's more deserving of it than the celebrity inductees. Please answer in video. I think you could say a lot of guys are more worthy than the celebrity inductees, but we all know why the celebrities go in. It's for publicity for WWE. Raven going in, with the ECW alumni, there are some guys that would definitely be fitting to go into the WWE Hall of Fame, and I think there's more of a chance for Raven to go in if WWE decides to do like an ECW themed Hall of Fame. Raven, as far as his WWE career goes, he had a brief run as Johnny Polo managing the Quebecers, and then he came back in 2000, but he really wasn't more than lower mid-card. I mean, he was basically in the hardcore division when he was getting pushed, and that was about it for him in WWE. In WCW, he had a fairly good run leading the flock, but after that, WCW just gave up on him. It's hard to say with Raven. He had a solid career for many years in different promotions. So I think the odds are pretty good. I want to say maybe over 50%, a little bit, that he'll go in. I just think it depends on politics. I think if he's got the right friend who's a decision maker, maybe that'll increase his chances. Or maybe if WWE, somebody has an idea to do an ECW themed Hall of Fame, that will definitely give him a good chance of going in. I mean, of all the ECW stars, I mean, he's definitely at the top of the list of guys to go in, I think. Alright, this one comes from Todd. Should Bret Hart be a 2-time Hall of Famer? I think the Hart Foundation should be inducted by Jimmy Hart. Absolutely. The Hart Foundation was one of the top WWE tag teams of the 1980s and early 90s. I would absolutely put the Hart Foundation in as a tag team, and Bret Hart would get his second Hall of Fame induction, and I'd love to see Jimmy Hart induct him. I think that's perfect. I would definitely go with that sooner than later, because Jimmy Hart's not getting any younger. None of them are. So I would do it pretty soon. I would do the next couple of years inducting the Hart Foundation into the Hall of Fame. Definitely a yes on that. Alright, that'll wrap it up for this edition of NoDQ&A video. If you enjoyed today's video, please share it on Facebook and Twitter. Even if you did not enjoy the background noises, please still share this video. The word of mouth is very helpful, and I appreciate all the support from you guys and spreading the word. You guys do a great job with that, so thank you very much. And stay tuned to NoDQ.com for the very latest regarding Survivor Series, and I will see you guys next time.